Hi, this is the fish, the only singing, talking and dancing fish, and you are here listening to Parkroad Café. Thank you very much.
Parkroad Café.
Volgende gast is niemand minder dan Fish. So, Fish, welcome in Parkroad Café. There goes your night off.
Yeah, the night off always goes. We played Liverpool last night. Had a fantastic show last night. It was so we drove all night and we came here, and then I got told, "Oh, there's an interview tonight." I said, "Where is it?" He said, "Oh, it's at the Boerderij." I went, "I'll be there."
That's very nice of you. So
I'm so proud. Thank you.
How's the tour going so far?
Well, there was only the first show last night. It was fantastic. It was a very hard. I mean, to play your first gig in Liverpool. Liverpool is a very loud audience. It's very emotional, and because we're playing Misplaced Childhood for the last time, and because I'm playing Misplaced for the last time as a full album, it was to play it in Liverpool was exceptional, because that was where, back in the old days, Marillion always did the production rehearsals there. We've got a lot of contacts with Liverpool. I mean, I remember we actually were told that we were signing to EMI Records in Liverpool. We were in a nightclub, and at 2:00 in the morning, like, we got the message through that, it's done, and we had our very first record deal. So there was a special relationship with Liverpool all the way through, and a lot of crew came from there, and we always played at every tour. So it was a good place. But this tour is exceptional, because every night you play the album, it's the last time. It's in the next two shows at the Boerderij, these two sold out shows, it's the last time. And it makes it special. I mean, if I wanted to, I could have carried on touring this album for another 6 months. The offer was there, but I didn't want to. I wanted it to be special. I wanted it to be fun. I didn't want it to be like just some sad nostalgic trip. It had to be emotional. Because that's what being on stage is about. That's why I love playing here in the Boerderij. I mean, it's a great stage. As a front man, you stand on the stage, and you've got the balcony, and you've got a wide audience, and you can touch them, if not physically. But I mean, you feel the sense of communion. So it's a great place to play Misplaced.
So you're doing 5 shows in Holland. They're all sold out, but these 2 shows in the Boerderij are special for you.
Yeah, I think because the Boerderij's always supported me. I mean, through all the years, every time we've come here, we've had fantastic shows. And there's a certain feeling in this club. I mean, I think with the staff, with the crew, and everybody else that's involved with this place, there's a great love of music, and that's what it's about. It's not a corporate mentality, it's a love of music. And, as I said, I'm on this tour, and it would be easy to just, keep on going for the money, but if the fun isn't there on the stage, and if the people can see it's not fun on stage, and you're just going through the mechanics of performing, I don't want to be like that. I've always been, an emotional performer. I've always kind of been a very soulful performer, and that's what I said. I don't want to be on a tour for another 6 months, just going out and repeating Misplaced. So there's enough dates in Europe, and then next year we do our rights and record the Weltschmerz album, and then 2017 and 2018, that's me going out. And my last shows will be in 2018 when I'm 60 years old. So.
And you don't need the money.
Oh yeah, I'm not a millionaire. Everybody thinks that because I wrote Kaylee with Steve Rothery and the boys, it's like, but no, it's not like that. But it's about the fun, and I think that the reality is that, we really need kind of 3,000 people to 5,000 people a night to make touring comfortable, And I'm not talking about, excessive comfort or whatever, but just not touring on a bus. And, I'm a bit older now. I can't do 4 shows in a row. I'm doing 3, which means an extra day off, which means every day off that you've got, you're still paying people, you're still paying buses, you're still paying hotels. And, you need to get up to those numbers, and I'm not going to get to those numbers. It's a different music business. The music business that I joined in the 1980s is vastly different to what it is now. And there's things I want to do. I've always wanted to write books and screenplays, my acting has always been put to the side in favour of touring and music and things. And now it's like, okay, you know, when I get to 60, you know, I can maybe fill in all those roles because, you know, there's a lot of dead actors out there, you know.
Now, I saw you at the Park Pop Festival. It was back in July. Have you been playing ever since?
Yeah, we did. We've done a lot of gigs in Germany. We've done Germany, Norway. We've been up into Poland, Switzerland, playing around. I mean, there's been enough shows. I made some fantastic gigs.
Have you been off? Have you had days off?
Yeah. I mean, my partner, my girlfriend, comes from Karlsruhe, so it was great that, you know, when we were playing Germany and we got 4 days off, then I could go to Karlsruhe and then get the train up to the next gig, which was fun. But that's what it's all about. It's fun. It's got to be fun. Music has got to be fun. Music shouldn't just be about, you know, some kind of sausage factory where, you know, you make albums and do tours and it's just emotionless and, you know, just for the money. I don't do... If I was doing things just for the money, then I would have done things a lot differently and I wouldn't have felt good about myself.
So what are you going to do tomorrow during the day?
It's really funny. There are 3 phases, right? I was at Cropredy, right? And I saw Fairport Convention coming down and I was a fan of Fairport Convention, right? And still am. And I had it was one of those, the bucket list of musicians, right? That, you know, there's things you want to do. I always wanted to sing solo, which was written by Sandy Denny and Richard Thompson. I always wanted to sing it on stage with the Fairports, and I got the chance at Cropredy, and it was amazing. I'm singing Meet on the Ledge at the Cropredy Festival with the boys was just amazing. And it was, but we were talking because, you know, these are all older guys, right? And I said there's 3 phases in a musician's life, right? The first phase, right, when you get on the bus, everybody's talking about the coke, the drugs, the women, the nightclubs, right, and where it's all happening and blah, blah, blah. Then the next phase you go through, you're talking about vacuum cleaners, dishwashers, like how much it costs to put the kids through school, right? And then the third stage, right, it's when you meet up with people and you're going, how bad my back is and my knees are like fucked, and like, and like you're talking about illnesses, right? And who's dead? Have you heard from him recently? And that's the 3 phases, and I'm in the 3rd phase at the moment. And like, so tomorrow in the afternoon, I'm actually going to a clinic to get an injection in my back because I've got a really terrible back at the moment, and it's from standing on stages and just.
But you're playing tomorrow night, no?
What?
You're playing tomorrow night here, no?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow night. I mean, it's just I don't dance as much as I used to. No. But yeah, I mean that's what I do during the day. I mean, you know, before I used to stay up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and go wild. I mean, read the autobiography, you know.
So what do you do when you don't go to a clinic?
When I'm not in a clinic, I'm like I tend to just chill out. I mean, I think, you know, internet. I watch football. I mean, it was yesterday. I was. Before the Liverpool show, I was watching my football club Hibernian FC from Edinburgh play Rangers. We beat them 2-1. Yo, yeah. And it was and you know that's what I do. It's I mean the you know I take a lot more care of myself than I used to. I mean I still love my wine and I've got my vape, but you know this is the thing you can smoke in public now. So
Een elektronische sigaret vertaal ik hier even.
Yeah.
Maybe a sip of wine?
Yeah, it's good. It really helps me because it's like, you know, I started smoking when I was 14 years old, you know, and it was it's the worst. I mean, it's worse than heroin. I mean, it's like way beyond. I mean, nicotine is just the worst thing, but I mean, vapes have just got you around it, so like, it actually feels healthy again. So, but I mean, yeah, so. You know, I'm 57. I look after myself a lot more. I should be going down the gym if it wasn't for my back and my knees.
Good excuse.
And my shoulder, yeah.
So when is the last show of this tour?
Wait, what?
The last show, when is that?
The last show is in Glasgow. And, I mean, all the Dutch shows are sold out. The German shows are nearly sold out. The Polish shows are nearly sold out. And the UK is sold out for the first time in years. So we go on stage to a sold-out Glasgow.
That's fantastic.
That is going to be a very, very emotional gig. Because this is it. I mean, I am not playing the album again. This is it. I really wanted to. When I said I was going to retire in 2018, And I wanted to play Misplaced because it was always a special album for me. Lyrically, it was a very personal album. It reflected a period in my life. It was where Marillion burst through, for bad and for good, right? Because, you know, we'd done Script, we'd done Fugazi, we were a cult band, and then Kaylee happened, and Kaylee had the devil came in the back of that song as well. Because, and as far as we became very, very successful, the success in the end destroyed us, because it destroyed what we were as a band. It destroyed the spirituality of the band, you know? And in the same way as when you're in a band at the start, you're like a gang of boys, you know, you're a gang, and you're always there supporting each other. And then the money comes in, and then the money starts to change things, and other people come in that don't have your interests at heart, blah, 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 right? So Misplaced was it was the tip album. It was to make the album, to record the album in Berlin at that time in 1985, to make an album that was a concept album in the 80s when everybody was playing keyboard stuff and it was all pop, Duran Duran, Spandau Ballet, and we came out with this album that had this wonderful song in it, or two wonderful songs that got played on radio and took us in another era. You know, it was special. And when I said that I was going to retire, I wanted to play the album as a whole, because the album was written as really one piece of music. It was written as a complete flow, like a movie, right?
Does it still feel like that?
Yeah. It's when you sing it on stage, right? When you start Misplaced, I mean, it's 50 minutes long, but by the time we play it and you've played around all the sections, and it's and it feels like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I mean, you start it and then it's over, right? Because it is so, the movement and the flow and the curve of that album is so perfect that it's just such a natural feeling to play it, and I love it, and I'm loving it. We've dropped the keys. I'm singing deeper, and to me, it's better, right? I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, you know, I think in the early days, in 82, 83, 84, if I had had a voice coach, if I had singing lessons, they would have said, cut out the shit at the top, take it down, right? And we've taken it down, and it feels so much more soulful now, and it resonates, and I think with age, and it's still relevant. I think as an album, as what the album is about, you know, about that discovery, about coming through a horrible breakup relationship, the heartbreak, and finding yourself again. I think that's still relevant, you know, 30 years later, you know, and it resonates with people. And, you know, and I'm proud to have been involved with that and writing that with other four of the guys. You know, it's a great album. And as I said, I mean, you know, when I do the farewell tour, you know, I didn't want to just play, you know, a bits of Misplaced. I wanted to give the album justice, and that's why we're doing this tour now. This is the start of the goodbye, right? And as far as, you know, this year we say goodbye to childhood, and then next year we go into Weltschmerz, which is the new album. We record that, take it out in 2017, and then 2018 as the last shows, the very last shows. You know?
I wish you a lot of luck with the tour and everything you're going to do. Thank you.
Thank you very
Kees.
much. Cool.
Kees.
Dames en heren, Fish!
Thank you very, very, very much.
Parkroad Café